Have you ever understood English when listening, but still felt unnatural when speaking? You know the words, you know the meaning, but your pronunciation, rhythm, or confidence doesn't feel right. Welcome to the First Confident Parrot podcast, where we help you speak English clearly and confidently. I'm Dana.
And I'm Josh. Today, we're talking about shadowing, one of the most practical techniques for improving pronunciation and speaking fluency.
Let's start simple. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating almost at the same time, usually with just a small delay. You're not just copying words, you're copying accent, rhythm, intonation, and even breathing.
This technique was developed and popularized by Alexander Arguelles, a hyper-polyglot who speaks dozens of languages.
And here's something important. Shadowing is not about understanding every word. It's about training your ears and your mouth to work together. When you shadow, your brain listens, processes sound, and activates speech muscles at the same time. That's why it improves speaking fluency.
But let's be honest, some learners expect shadowing to improve everything, vocabulary, grammar, speaking, all at once. That's not realistic.
Exactly. Shadowing is excellent for pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. It builds muscle memory in your vocal cords and tongue, but it won't directly teach grammar rules, and it won't build vocabulary as efficiently as reading or studying. Think of shadowing as a specialized training tool, not a complete solution.
That's a very important distinction. Another key truth: shadowing works best for learners who already have a basic pronunciation foundation. If you already know basic sounds, shadowing helps refine and automate your speech. But if you're a complete beginner, your brain may not recognize sounds correctly yet.
Yes, without a basic foundation, you may repeat incorrectly without realizing it. That slows progress. But once you have basic pronunciation, shadowing becomes extremely powerful. It helps you sound more natural and more fluent.
There's also a physical reason. Speaking is not just mental, it's muscular. Your mouth needs training. Shadowing gives your mouth repeated practice with real speech patterns.
And it improves rhythm. Every language has its own timing and melody. Shadowing helps you internalize that naturally.
Over time, your speech becomes smoother. The gap between thinking and speaking becomes smaller.
But learners should also avoid a common mistake, choosing audio that is too difficult. If you understand less than about 60 to 70%, your brain cannot learn effectively. You'll just repeat sounds without building real patterns.
Another mistake is focusing only on speed. Shadowing is not a race. Accuracy is more important than speed. Clear and correct repetition builds better habits.
And consistency matters more than long practice sessions. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can improve pronunciation and fluency over time.
Shadowing also works best when combined with other learning methods. Vocabulary study builds knowledge. Conversation builds communication. Shadowing builds speaking reflex. Together, they create real fluency.
So here's the honest conclusion. Shadowing is not magic, but it is one of the most effective ways to improve pronunciation, rhythm, and speaking confidence, especially if you already have a basic foundation.
It helps turn passive knowledge into active speaking ability.
Thank you for listening to the First Confident Parrot podcast. I'm Dana.
And I'm Josh.
Keep practicing, stay consistent, and trust the process.
See you in the next episode.